My name is Susan Jewell, and I am the manager of family support here at the Autism Project. Today we're going to be talking about how to teach asking for a break, and why do we teach using a break card. The Autism Project was born out of the public school systems about 26 years ago when educators and speech pathologists and OT were looking for a curriculum to teach students with ASD. Fast forward 26 years now, who are we? We are an eclectic group of educators, clinicians, parents, and individuals with ASD. We provide support and services to families. That is what I'm passionate about, family education and parent support. We also have social groups for individuals starting at age 5 all the way up through adult groups. We have a summer camp, Camp Wanna Go Again, that is also starting at age 5, and we also have a week that is just our adults. In addition, we have a training and consultation team that provides worldwide training to employers and educators to help support individuals with ASD. This is the Autism Project's family support team. We are all parents of individuals, children with ASD, so we have lived experience. We also have the ability to speak in many languages. We have a language line as well as bilingual family support specialists. Everyone on our team is a certified community health worker, and we look forward to working with you. Before we learn about a new tool, we like to do just a little recap of what is autism. And I'm going to read this directly from the slide. Autism spectrum disorders refer to a neurodevelopmental disorder that is characterized by difficulties with social communication, social interaction, restrictive and repetitive patterns in behaviors, interests, and activities, and by definition, the symptoms are present early on in life and affect daily functioning. And I read that verbatim from the American Psychological Association. We have the word neurodevelopmental in bold. The reason neurodevelopmental is in bold letters is because it's a neurologically based disorder. It is not a behavior disorder. So why does that matter? Why do we care? Because the interventions and the supports that we provide to a neurodevelopmental disorder are very different than the interventions and support we would provide for somebody who's got a behavior disorder. When we think about autism, I like to use this iceberg theory. We oftentimes think about what we're seeing above the water, things like verbal perseveration or elopement, or sometimes our guys come off as being rude or task avoidance. Sometimes there's property destruction. Sometimes there's aggression. And what we like to think about is what else is going on with that person. What is underneath the water? Many individuals with ASD have medical conditions like GI issues or develop seizures, sleep disorders. We also have social challenges and communication challenges. When you read about autism, that is one of the things that they're looking at. You know, what is the level of communication? And communicating is not just talking. Communicating is being able to read body language. You know, we walk into a room and we just kind of adjust. We don't even think about it. There are also sensory challenges, and sensory processing is just taking in information through the environment. You know, and our body processes it, and we know what's relevant and what's not relevant. But what if you had a neurodevelopmental disorder that your sensory system was not processing things in a typical manner? And so you would be receiving information into the environment, and you don't know what's relevant to pay attention to. You may be listening to, say, the hum of a fluorescent light instead of paying attention to the teacher. Self-regulation challenges, and all of these things underneath the water are not just specific to ASD. You know, everyone or anyone could have challenges in any of these things, but it tends to be more prevalent with individuals with ASD, that self-regulation piece, that going from 0 to 60 super quick and not being able to regulate emotion, and cognitive challenges. And so we keep in mind looking at the entire person and understanding that this is neurologically based. Asking for a break is a life skill for all children. We all have the ability to get out of a situation, to take 5 minutes, to walk away from something. But oftentimes our children don't have that ability. So teaching them how to ask for a break is a life skill. While we do a lot of our training around ASD and DD, all of our how-to videos are really great for all children. This is a quote from Aristotle that anyone can be angry. That's the easy part. But to be angry with the right person, to the right degree, at the right time, for the right purpose, and in the right way, that is not so easy, especially for our guys on the spectrum. So what does that mean? Knowing when and how to be angry is a skill many children struggle with. Teaching our children how to ask for a break by directly teaching that is going to help them manage their emotions. So how do we know when a child or a person needs a break? We're going to start looking for those tell signs, changes in their behavior when their body becomes dysregulated, differences in their voices or how they're moving about, or maybe even shutting down. So when anxiety increases, what we might see sometime in a person is that social withdrawal, pulling away from a group, not wanting to be involved. We may see an increase in routines and rituals that a person finds comforting to them. We also might see that there are more sensory sensitivities happening, where things that are coming in through our sensory system, coming in through our body, are getting processed in an atypical manner. And we also might see an increase in engagement in special interests. So it may be one of those times where, our child may only want to do computer stuff because they're getting anxious, or a person may only want to talk about a specific topic because they're starting to get anxious. These are all tell signs of their anxiety beginning to increase. So how do we teach asking for a break? The first thing we're going to do is we're going to notice those tell signs. Things like you seem frustrated, your legs are moving really fast, your face is really red. Narrate what's happening in the environment. You seem anxious, your voice is really loud. This is a good time for a break. This means your body needs a break. So how do we teach asking for a break? We start by using a break card. These are two examples of a break card that we can use, but you can use anything. It could be a transitional item. It could be the word break written on an index card. And so when we see those tell signs of someone getting upset, we start narrating. You look like you're getting upset. Your hands are clenched. Your teeth are tight. Your face is getting red. Your body needs to take a break. And you would present them with the break card and help them get to a break area. On this particular break card, you will see that it says, I'm upset, I need a break. And then it tells the person what they can do. I can take a walk. I can take a deep breath. Or I can take a break. Once we see the tell signs that our person needs a break, we narrate, we hand them the card, and then we help them get to a place where they can take a break. So we need to create a break area if possible. How do we create a definitive place for someone to take a break? Well, sometimes that's not always possible. But for example, if you're at home, maybe a bedroom would be a natural environment. If you're over family's house, letting that person know this is an area you can go to, this is where you can take a break can oftentimes be helpful. When you're out in the community, oftentimes the car is the place that we go back to and we take a break. It's someplace that we can go away from other people. So it could be even a walk, but it's somewhere away from everybody else, giving that person the opportunity to take a break and regain self-regulation. So how do we know when a person is ready to return from a break? Well, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to narrate how their body looks. Your body seems relaxed right now. Your feet are relaxed. Your voice is not so loud. Are you ready to come back from a break? You can also use a visual to support what you're saying. In this particular instance, it's the opposite side of the break card, and what it says is, my body and brain are calm, and I'm ready to come back from break. Things to consider. When teaching how to use a break card, it's important that the child not be frustrated in that moment. If your child is having a hard time, if the person you're supporting is having a difficult time, that is not a learning opportunity. That is not a time to try to teach a new skill. All requests for breaks should be honored 100% because we're teaching a system that they need to learn to trust, right? So if they ask for a break 10 times, initially we're going to give them that break 10 times because they may just be testing that system to see, I keep asking for it, I still get it, unconditionally I get a break. We're going to honor that 100% of the time. Some things to consider. Many children cannot read their bodies to know when it's time to come back from a break. So just placing a break card on a table next to where they're taking a break might be that visual cue that will help them identify that they're ready to come back. The break activity should be a regulating activity, but not necessarily a preferred activity, right? So you want to have an activity that's going to be relaxing, whether it's going to be deep breathing with that person. Sometimes certain fidget toys are relaxing. Sometimes deep pressure, sometimes just being in a quiet room. You want something that's going to actually help them regulate their body. At the Autism Project, we are never one and done. We are here for you. If we can support you on your journey, please feel free to reach out. You can make an appointment or speak with one of our family support specialists. Welcome to the TAP family.